Hey, I'm Scott Allen Miller. It's October 26th. This is Sheep Guarding Llama, and I am doing the videos from a chair actually tomorrow um, because I'm hanging out with the dog because she gets me up early in the morning. Speaking of which, we started the day today. I had to get up early, take the dog out, do our normal routine, and decided I was super tired, went back to bed, slept pretty late till about 9:30, and when I got up, discovered that Mia had torn the house apart. She took the big trash in the kitchen, which I'm actually going to show. So that's our, see if I can point to it. This is the big trash. She dumped that over, pulled everything out of it, completely filled the kitchen with all the trash. That was not enough. She then took what she could, strew it all through my office. So my whole office was full of trash. The whole kitchen was full of trash. And it's not just like papers and stuff. There was lots of food in there, coffee grounds. It was a mess. Um, she then peed in my office, and then she hid poop all over my office, absolutely everywhere. It was just huge mess. So that was the entire start of the day. That took until about 10:30 that Dominica and I finally got that cleaned up. That was out of control. So we started the day with that, and then we mostly just chilled here for the day. Nothing really big going on. Kat came over kind of late morning, and she and Dominica went and did some shopping. Dominica and I really needed some new sheets, partially because the sheets in our bed are just old. It's not something we've invested in a really long time. We're still using sheets from like when we got married, so obviously they're not new. Not all of them are that old, but some of the newer ones, now that we have Mia, on like the first week we had her, she jumped on the bed and tore the sheets apart. So we have these huge holes in it. It's just a mess. So it was time for new ones. So she got a couple of those yesterday, and they had to get some Halloween outfits because they are going out tonight to go to the block party down in Oaklawn. And so they did that. I hung out with the kids. Liesl's big thing today on Thursday and yesterday, she and I have been talking about video games a little bit, and how you can kind of get into creative writing with video games, and how you can get into art and music and all these different things in video games. And she's gotten really excited. And it's been a long time since she and Shauna did any video game kind of stuff, like making video games. So she asked me to install RPG Maker, which we own, but we don't have it installed anywhere for her to use. And so I worked on getting her laptop, the HP that we got in 2012, the HP Folio 13, which is the one that we took to Europe in 2012. The thing still works great. Obviously, it's older, but it's running Windows 10 1903, at least after today, and it's fully patched, and it's got an SSD. It's got a 2-core Intel i5, but an old one. It's got, I think, 8 gigs of RAM, but it might be 4. It's been a while since I looked. But amazingly, it is still a great computer. Obviously, video games, it suffers a bit, but for everything else, it is a rocking computer. It is now 7.5 years old. It's not going anywhere. The battery is still great on the thing. So thumbs up to HP for making a great unit. They gave me a good deal on it at the time too. They gave me like $100 off just for being me. And it was an expensive computer at the time. It was about $1,100, which is not crazy, but it was a little bit pricey for what we would normally buy for home. It's a commercial unit. It's aluminum construction. But what a great laptop it's turned out to be over the years. And I mean, it's been the kids' laptop now for, I want to say, 3 or 4 years. And it was my daily driver before that. So that thing has been abused. And other than the 7 key barely registering, you really got to press it. That thing is pristine. It works so well. But so we got RPG Maker loaded up on there. I got the machine completely updated so she could use it, and everything was ready to go. Had to install Steam on it. It wasn't on there. And then she spent the rest of the day completely addicted to working on RPG Maker. She did some stuff on her own, felt very stuck, went and watched tutorial videos. That's a big thing, is now she and Shauna are both so self-sufficient on going on YouTube and finding how-to videos on anything they need, that she got stuck. She said, okay, I do need these videos, because I had tried to look at them with her earlier, and we couldn't hear, people were around, so she gave up. Then she went, watched them on her phone, learned a bunch of stuff, went back and just got into making video games and spent most of the day doing that. She did take a break. Luciana went and did it for a little bit, but probably about an hour. And then she had fun, but felt a little bit stuck and it was a lot harder. She needs the tutorials too, I think, but Liesl's able to show her some stuff, so that's great. I'm gonna take that dog out in a minute. She's driving me nuts. And and then this evening, Dominica and Kat went out to the Oaklawn Block party for a few hours. They drove down pretty close and then Ubered the last little bit. And neither of them are able to drink at all. I mean, Kat never does. Dominica's not able to for like the next year, so they don't have to worry about like Ubering the whole way there or anything like that. They're both designated drivers. So it was just parking and that kind of stuff. So they got close, and then Mia really wants to say hi, don't you? Close and just Ubered so they didn't have to deal with parking. And then while they were gone, the girls and I hung out. We played a little bit of Nancy Drew together, but really the girls were kind of distracted. They really wanted to do their own things, especially Liesl wanting to make video games. But we did want dinner. There's nothing in the house, so we ordered in Domino's and had that and hung out together till about 1 o'clock, and then it was time for bed. And tomorrow, Liesl is super excited about getting right back into her video game making again. And Paul has changed his schedule. He is due back late tomorrow night. That's the update for today, Saturday. Pretty lazy day overall. I did do some work, like in between things. Like I'd be in my office, have some Taxi on in the background, which I've been watching. Let me tell you, Taxi takes me back to my childhood because that was a show. It's a clean show, so like you can have it even in the 70s. Like you could have it on with kids around, and it was one of the better sitcoms of the era. And so the combination, I guess my parents used to watch Taxi a lot, or I think my dad did, and it would just be on. So it really reminds me of being quite young because it's not a show I went back and watched, but I remember, Tony Danza from that show. I remember Mary Lou Henner from that show. I remember Judd Hirsch. I remember Jeff Conaway, and obviously Danny DeVito. It's just so many people that you're like, yeah, of course I know them from that show. I just forget the show. I don't remember any of the episodes, and it really is the driest sitcom ever. Like it's shocking just how slow and dry the show is, but it's good. I mean, it really takes you back to the 70s. I mean, it was such a big show then, so groundbreaking. So I've been enjoying that quite a bit and getting a bit of work done in the background. But Saturdays tend to be my laziest day because just by the time Friday's done, I am done, right? And then on Sundays, because I take Saturdays off, but they're not stressful, I tend to get a little bit more work done before the week really hits. So just because of the way things work out, Saturday tends to be my just do nothing day, watch TV or hang out with the kids or play video games or whatever. And then Sunday, I tend to get kind of productive, but we'll see. We are going to go out to LARPing tomorrow because Rachel's hosting an event. I think she's working on knighthood or something like that, and so that's part of that. So she has to get people in. The girls are super excited to go see that. They love that kind of thing, and they've never gotten to see Rachel do it, so they're really excited about going to see that. So thanks for joining me. We'll see everybody tomorrow.